Is there any common strategic outlook between India and Turkey over Afghanistan, terrorism, and Central Asia?
Well, we have been cooperating very closely over the issue of Afghanistan with India. And we're part of, for instance, the Istanbul process. India is leading one segment of work in the overall context of Istanbul process. And there have been a lot of consultations. When I was dealing with the issue before I came, I was very much in touch with my Indian colleagues, and I always valued these consultations. These consultations are ongoing in various formats. And in terms of the outlook, as you know, Turkey is in Afghanistan for the long haul. We have not set a certain deadline for our engagement there, and we are what is called a framework nation in Afghanistan. We are looking after the Kabul International Airport and the Kabul region as part of the international presence there. Our role there in Afghanistan is very critical, and we have spent about $1 billion in development projects already, and in some 800 projects that have been completed. So our presence in Afghanistan is shaped by Afghanistan, not by our policies. We have no geopolitical, geostrategic ambition or doctrine. We're there to help our Afghan brothers and sisters, and we will cooperate with all actors that would bring peace and stability and development to Afghanistan. We believe Afghanistan is a country of the Afghans, and it has to be run, administered, governed by a sovereign Afghan government.
How do we cooperate? I mean, India and Turkey cooperate in United Nations and other multilateral forums. How do they cooperate?
Well, we cooperate as any friends would cooperate.
Okay.
We exchange ideas about the agenda, and then we see where we can support each other in terms of nominations or some of the resolutions that have been forwarded.
On Security Council?
On Security Council, well, we're not part of the Security Council.
No, India's candidature and that I'm talking of.
Well, we are determinedly convinced, if you will, that the current setup of the UN Security Council does not answer
the needs of the
world. And it needs a very thorough reform. And of course, that reform has to be done with the consent of the consensus of the member nations. And there are different ideas. I think we are at a stage where different ideas are kind of trying to attract proponents, and we have a certain idea as well. I don't think we have reached the end game in terms of redefining the composition of the UN Security Council. We'll be very closely in touch with India, definitely on this matter. And the number of institutions which have been important in terms of consulting and cooperating have been expanding. For instance, in the G20, in 1 week, or this week, and we will have the Honorable Prime Minister going to Turkey for the G20 summit. Turkey is the president of the G20 this year, and we have made some important kind of contributions to the G20 summit, including something which is, I think, very much close to the hearts of India and Turkey, the inclusiveness, the need for inclusive growth. It's reducing the inequality in the world, both within our societies, but also internationally. Turkey has done dramatic impact on the G20 agenda during its presidency by introducing such novel things like the world's first ever SME World G20 Forum, and the first Women Forum, and also the first meetings of the G20 finance ministers with their low-income group counterparts. So dramatic impacts there. In all these fora, on all these issues, we are looking very much eye to eye with India in terms of the broader objectives. and there is so much more to be done.